Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Today, I am joined for another Magic Talk with Toad, with my good friend Toad Brews.
Hello, YouTube.
What lovely ribbity sounds. Today's
Ribbit,
episode is
ribbit.
going to be relatively short, just because Toad and I are both we are both cursed with EP, as the kids have been saying it. But we still wanted to get something out there, and still wanted to get some regular content. Daddy made you your favorite open wide. Here comes the content. Is that cringe enough? Is that what the kids do these
It's
days?
pretty cringe.
Cringe.
I don't know what kids do these days, Drew. I'm 38.
Anyway, so we're gonna aim for about an hour, but we'll see how it goes. Uh, but yeah, so first off, because I haven't done it enough, we're going over value vintage, which is vintage, same band list, same rules, but it's $30. No more. Much like you can go less. $30 is the exact limit. If it's $30 and 1 cent, I'm sorry, you're not playing with us today. But if it's $30 exactly, like today's deck is, then hey, that's pretty good. And so tell us about today's deck list, Toad.
So we are playing a Boombust deck, which is a thing that is pretty known in value vintage. But we are pairing it with the Professor Onyx Chain of Acid combo.
Interesting.
So this is a ramp deck that is also a land destruction deck that is also a combo deck. So you're doing a lot of things and you're not super focused on any one thing, which means that the decks which are super focused on doing one thing can kind of push through you a little bit. But the decks that are trying to play fairly really struggle with this deck.
Why is that?
You've got answers to all the stuff that people are doing. You can just take all their lands away from them, and you have a very good top end threat that wins the game pretty quickly by itself.
Hell yeah.
You've got targeted removal for any kind of permanent, pretty much. You've got some sweepers. You've got draw engines. You've got board presence engines. You're just, when people are playing on a fair axis, you are equipped to handle what they're doing.
Okay.
And if people are not playing fairly, at the very least, you have a bunch of land destruction to try and keep them off of what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. So how well is this deck done in your testing?
This deck has a couple of tournaments under its belt, but I have not actually piloted it. It has been handed out as a loaner, and the deck has undergone a lot of work. So I believe the best that it's done is 2-2, but some improvements have been made since then. So I wanted to show the deck off.
Hell yeah. Let me finish writing something. So, what are some of the new improvements?
So the feedback that I have gotten from the people who've borrowed this deck is it needs more creature presence.
Okay.
So the deck was previously running 3 Sedgemoor Witch and 3 Bloodbraid Challenger, or I believe that's what it's called, but it's the slightly bigger Bloodbraid Elf. It's a 5 mana 4/3. And I cut those and I added the 4th Sedgemoor Witch, and then I swapped the extinction events, which were the previous sweeper, for Scavenger Regent, which is a sweeper that can also be a 4/4 flyer for 4. And then I took out 3 Phyrexian Arena and I put in Unholy Annex, which also can bring a large flying creature with it.
Oh, hell yeah.
The Unholy Annexes are quite a bit of the budget for the deck, but the deck actually was pretty under budget. Like with the previous build, it was at about 26 and change. So there was plenty of room to adjust some numbers and fit in what I think it should be a stronger card. The Unholy Annex is also easier to cast because it is 2 and a black instead of 1 and 2 black.
Mm-hmm.
The deck is really built to leverage the indestructible artifact lands. So you've got Cleansing Wildfire and Dire Strain Rampage, which are ramp spells that are also interaction with what your opponent is doing.
Uh-huh.
And then you've got Boombust, which is a land destruction spell for either one land or all the lands. But because you have indestructible lands, it's just not symmetrical.
Okay.
And then Chain of Acid is infinite with the Sedgemoor Witches and the Professors, as long as you have one of the indestructible artifact lands.
Okay.
You have 4 Weather the Storms main deck, which combo with Sedgemoor Witch and Professor Onyx, and also help you gain back some of the life that you might lose to the annexes.
Okay.
You've got Cling to Dust and Vexing Bauble, which are kind of your control valves game 1 for if people are doing really broken stuff. You're not going to stop like High Tide or Rhinos with these probably unless you can get the turn 1 Vexing Bauble. But if people are looking to put together like Omniscience engines or something, then you can do this. And if they're looking to do like grindy stuff with the graveyard with Uro or Hogak, then you can Cling to Dust, and you have 3 of those, so they're pretty reliable to find early game.
Yeah.
And then your main plan against people who are trying to put together broken stuff is just destroy all of their land. Especially if they don't have a lot of basics, you can take them off of lands pretty easily.
Hell yeah. That Scavenger Regent is a real nutty card for this deck.
It is pretty silly. Like, I generally don't like to rely too much on Sol Ring, but this deck does technically have turn 2 infinite 1/1s with a Sol Ring. Or turn 3. So turn 1 you play Sol Ring, turn 2 you play Sedgemoor, and then you just Chain of Acid with your other lands. You can get Professor Onyx out very quickly with the ramp spells. And then she goes infinite if you untap with her. She is a draw engine by herself and a removal spell. So once she comes down, usually it's not too difficult to protect her, especially if you have a witch down.
Mm-hmm.
So the deck is really doing a lot of different things that are all kind of the same thing. You're just trying to deny your opponent whatever their best permanent is every turn until you go off and kill them.
Alright. It's a really clever little list. So what sort of inspired this list? What led to it? Or is it something that you designed yourself, or is it something you saw elsewhere?
So I have seen people doing Boombust with the indestructible lands. And I have seen people doing Professor Onyx Chain of Acid combo. And I wanted to see if it was possible to combine those because the Chain of Acid Boombust artifact land package is not super expensive. Like the Boombusts are less than $1 each. The lands are pretty cheap, like 50 or 60 cents. And then the Chain of Acids are basically bulk. They're like 20 cents a piece.
Got it.
And then you get to run the Cleansing Wildfires and the Dire Strain Rampages as more ramp spells. So you just go over the top of like aggro decks pretty quickly. You come in underneath control decks with your land destruction pretty well. So theoretically, against everyone except like the super fast combo decks like Lich's Mirror Channel, you are able to at least compete in the game with.
Okay.
The deck did lose access to Pernicious Steed with the last revision, which makes your Rhinos matchup a little bit worse.
Yeah.
But our meta does not have a Rhinos player, so I don't really tech for it super hard.
Yeah.
As far as the combo, you've got 3 Duress and 3 Spyglass, which is kind of just the list is exactly $30. You have to cut some pennies somewhere.
Yeah.
You've got 2 Soul Guide Lanterns. Again, if people are trying to do graveyard stuff, it's a very cheap way to get something down. There are 3 Extractor Confession, which is the edict that I prefer as a sideboard card because it's going to come in and it's going to hit what you actually want to hit. Like against the Merit Lage decks and the Boggles decks, a lot of the time they will have a random creature laying around. So something like Momentum Breaker or Sudden Edict is not necessarily going to get what you want. Extract a Confession will usually get what you want, and you have plenty of stuff in the graveyard to feed it. Like 1 Boombust will feed it.
Oh, yeah.
A Chain of Acid plus a Power Word Kill will feed it.
That's pretty clever.
4 Slaughter Games is really what you need against the combo decks. Like main deck, game 1, you really struggle against the combo matchups. So most of the sideboard is aimed at combo. Slaughter Games is extremely good against High Tide.
Yeah, I've seen.
If you can get it off before they go off, and because of how this deck is set up with the land destruction on 2 mana, you can usually stall them long enough to resolve the Slaughter Games. Because we're talking about turn 3, maybe turn 4. You can get it off and then take their High Tides. And if they have Sapphire Medallions, which is their backup way to go off usually, you have 5 main deck answers to artifacts.
Neat.
You're good against the like aggro burn decks because you have main deck Weather the Storm, which is the best sideboard card against them anyway.
Yeah.
You usually can't get the storm count super high with just your own stuff because you're not running rituals and you're not running a bunch of 1 mana plays. So unless you have Soul Ring or Cling to Dust, you're probably not getting a big Weather the Storm. But if you cast it on their turn, you can usually gain 9 life. And then if you have Sedgemoor Witch or Professor Onyx, it's going to give you a bunch of copies.
Hell yeah.
The way that Weather the Storm and Chain of Acid work, you're not casting the copies, so Vexing Bubble doesn't mess with your own stuff. Which is something that I had to triple check before I put it in this deck, but it does give you some game pre-sideboard against the unfair decks.
Yeah.
And it's a cantrip, so...
Oh, is that all Vexing Bubble does is counter a few decks and cantrip itself?
It's a, counter the decks that are trying to do free spells, and then if you don't need it, you can cantrip it.
What decks are trying to do free spells?
Rhinos, Hypergenesis, Living End, Restore Balance. There's some people on Commandeer, Foil, Daze.
Yeah, so this would be good against the Sharks deck.
Not really.
Yeah.
It stops Commandeer, but Commandeer is not usually what I want against the decks that are bringing in Vexing Bobble.
Yeah. That Sharks deck
Commandeer is the Sharks deck is coming along very nicely.
Hey, thinking of
I
which,
just
if you're watching this now, you should check out our, at the time of we're filming this, last episode. At the time that this is released, our second to last episode, so like not the last one, but the one before that, where we go over Toad's infamous Shark deck. It's kind of nutty.
it is a Sharks deck, and I have made some changes to the list, so the video is not super up to date, but you can get the link from the video.
Yeah. Well, we'll go over this for
Um,
now, and then we might go over
yeah.
Shark's deck again.
So that is the deck. It's really just a land destruction deck. You're going to be able to keep your opponent off of important non-basic lands very easily. It is harder to run them out of lands entirely unless you cast Bust, because 6 of your land destruction spells give them a basic. But those cards are also in the deck as ramp spells. So if you need to destroy your opponent's basics, that's not what they're for anyway. You're just supposed to get yourself a basic.
Yeah.
Dire Strain Rampage is just, it's really good against the artifact and enchantment based decks.
That does seem really good. Let's try if he hands
The only card on here. Sorry, what's that?
I was about to say let's try if he hands, but finish what you were saying.
The only card in here that I have not actually tested is the Unholy Annex, because it just has not been drawn in test games.
Got it.
Alright, if you want to run through some test hands, we can do that.
No problem. So this is the first one. This seems pretty good. You're not watching me. 1 minute. Whoopsie. Amateur move. We go to... share screen.
Alright, this is a little bit slow.
Here, now you can watch from Discord.
But it's not terrible. This would be matchup dependent. I would probably keep this blind. So I'd go ahead and run it.
I'd play test it. Which land do we play out first?
So play the black-red one, because if we draw a basic, we'll have access to our red spells.
Okay. Then next turn. That's another black-red one.
Play the black-green one.
Cool. Next turn.
Yep.
Basic land, let's go.
Alright, play the black-red land. And then probably at this point, I would blow up my own land to go find a basic.
We blow up which land, just for targeting reasons?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
They're all indestructible.
So we destroy it, if nothing happens. Search for a lever.
We're going to find a basic swamp.
View wall. Swamp. Put the swamp right there. Yoink. And then we'll close and shuffle and draw a card.
Yep.
We draw Scavenger Regent.
Yep. Alright, I think at this point we would cling to dust our own card.
Okay. So we get rid of Cling to Dust, move Wildfire to exile, Cling to Dust, goes to the bin, we draw a card.
Yep. Right, and that is all of our mana for the turn.
We play that. Oh yeah, we play those, got that, and then we Clean the Dust. Cool. Next turn. Holy Annex.
Alright, I would play the Forest.
Forest.
And I would play the Unholy Annex.
Which lands, or does not matter?
Tap a black-red land in the basics.
Unholy Annex. And we're going to add a counter that says one that's for the Unholy Annex side.
Yep. And then I would probably cast the ramp spell.
wildfire on us.
Yep.
And look for which basic, or do you want to shoot from their opponent's lands?
I would shoot one of the opponent's lands.
Alright.
Because, actually, no, we do need to find a basic because we need to get to 6 mana next turn, and our land comes in tapped. So I would find another swamp.
Cool. Fuel. Mountain, swamp. Tapped. Close and shuffle.
Alright, and then we go to the end step, and we draw a card and lose 2 life.
Draw a card, it's basic, lose 2 life. 1, 2. And then next turn, draw a power word kill, which we'll probably need to use.
So right now it's actually pretty matchup dependent on which card we need to play. If the opponent doesn't have a board, then we would blow up all the lands. If they have one really good creature, we would power word kill and make a demon. If they have a bunch of small creatures, then we would use the dragon.
Which one do you want to count on here, just for testing?
It's impossible to say. I think we would have to, like, I guess just make the demon and power word kill is probably likely to have a target.
Okay. Add token. Demon. Hello, demon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll play the mountain.
Yep, and then power word kill.
Power kill. Whoop. Yoink.
And guess what? They can't power word kill our demon.
Cool. End of turn, we draw a card and lose 2 life.
No, we gain 2 life and they lose 2 life.
Alright, now we go next turn. Oh, we win.
Yep. Well, I mean, we don't win. Actually, I'm gonna say don't go for the combo here.
Oh.
Because they probably have a removal spell for a 2 toughness creature.
Okay.
I would just blow up all the lands.
So we play Rootbound Crag to get the land out there. Play this one, which is destroy all lands for 6. 1, 2, 3.
No, tap the basics. No, tap the basics. They're going to be destroyed.
1, 2, 3, 4. That one comes in tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And destroy all lands.
Yep.
Goodbye, JoJo.
So ideally now the opponent has some creatures that are not super relevant and no.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a planeswalker and we can attack it now.
Cool. Swing for 6.
Yep.
End of turn. Draw a card. Gain 2 life, they lose 2 life. Next turn.
Alright, so now I would attack first and then play the Sedgemoor Witch.
Sedgemoor Witch.
Like, I think the opponent is just dead now. Like, we've hit them enough that they're just dead.
End of turn, draw that. Gain 2. Next turn. Bridge. Pay 4, Chain of Acid or lands, make infinite tokens, and kill them?
No. They're already dead, Drew. We just have to attack with the demon. We don't have to cast anything.
That's fair.
They've taken 22, 24 damage now.
Yeah.
Now, if they kill the demon, then we could make infinite token.
Let's do it just for the hell of it. It won't matter, but, we can.
Okay.
Let's go!
Let's do it live.
Let's go! Pest time! Woo! Oh, baby, it's pest time.
I need to get Crab Brave pest tokens.
I can just I can't now because of tariffs, but I can print off a bunch of my pest tokens.
That'd be pretty good to have in the deck box.
Actually, I probably could give you some of mine.
If you have some, yeah.
Yeah, I should have
Have
some.
like 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah. Alright.
I think I have one, maybe.
Let me quickly look. I have been using them a lot because I like them. I think they're cute.
They're little guys. They gotta get to bean.
Yep, I have a bunch.
Awesome. We'll put half a dozen in the deck box.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gotta get that bean. Alright, that was that game. Let's try another one. This step. Alright, this is what we're looking at. We could dire strain ourselves.
No, this is a mulligan. You don't do anything until turn 3.
Okay. Do another hand. That's not good.
Also a mulligan. You have to keep this, but it's really bad.
You want to go to 5, or do you want to just call it a 6, or call it a 7?
I mean, we're already at 5.
Alright, we'll play test it, and which one do we put away?
Put away the Boombusts.
Move to bottom of the library. Move to bottom of the library.
Alright.
Cool.
If we don't find a red source by turn 3, I'm going to say we probably just lose the game.
Okay.
Or at least a removal spell or something.
Nope.
No, we're dead. We're very dead.
Yeah, we're screwed.
There's nothing.
Alright, let's try that again. That was not good.
This is entirely matchup dependent.
I mean,
like against mono red, this is a perfect hand. Against anyone else, this is garbage.
It's just funny that that's what it is. Alright, let's do another hand. We'll go 7.
We need to make like a randomizer. This is fine. This is totally fine. 7.
Alright, let's play test this 7. Which one do I play first? The Drosswood?
Play the tap lands first, yeah.
Alright. Next turn.
Spire. And then we can ramp.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to play a removal spell on the first creature they cast.
That's fair. Which land do we look for?
This hand wants to find untapped green mana.
Forest. Tapped. Close and shuffle. Then we draw a card. Hey, more removal.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Alright, play the tapped black-green land. And then Dire Strain Rampage ourselves to find the mountain.
This actually lets us get 2 basics?
No, not unless you destroy a land.
Oh. Alright, that's fair. That's kind of shitty, but whatever.
It's fine. Like, it's a naturalize that's also a ramp spell.
That's fair. So we shoot our land, and we look for our land.
Yep.
View all. Which land are we looking for?
We are looking for the basic mountain.
There's a mountain. It's tapped or untapped?
I don't know. Read the card.
Tapped.
Yep, makes sense. All right.
Next turn. Land.
Play the Drossforge Bridge.
Do we want to assume they have a creature now?
At this point, I'm gonna assume that we are casting both power word kills.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yoink. Yoink.
And then we need one of our draw engines.
Okay. Next turn. Boom and bust.
Or that. Yeah, blow up everything.
Which one do we play first? Cause well,
No,
we have
we
enough
don't
mana.
play any.
We have enough mana.
We're gonna blow up everything, and then we're gonna play the Spire of Industry.
Kaboom! Yoink. 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 I'll put that there. Spire of Industry. Next turn.
Yeah, I think we just pass. Like, we're not maybe dead, but we're in a bad spot here.
We could flashback Dire Strain Rampage in the deck.
We don't have 5 mana, do we?
We can play that swamp.
Yeah, okay, do that.
Cool. Dire Strain Rampage. Blow up our land. Which land do we get?
I think there's only swamps left.
Okay. Swamp. Shuffle. Next turn. Hey, look at that.
Okay. Yeah, just run it out.
Run it out.
We gotta do something.
Next turn. Hey, look at that.
Yeah, do it. Do the thing.
Do we play her?
Player. Make infinite pass. If they let us untap with the Sedgemoor, we're making infinite pass.
Let's go.
If they didn't let us untap with the Sedgemoor, then we can play Liliana.
Let's go. Infinite Pest.
Get those beans.
All the beans. Woo, let's go, Pest.
All right, GG's. We did the thing.
All right. Let's try one more time, just for good measure.
Yeah.
Because this deck seems a little bit odd. And then we can look at...
It's very weird.
We'll look at it one more deck, because we're doing pretty good on time. No.
Yeah, ship it.
We'll play this one or ship it away?
Ship it. Ship it away. That's fine.
We'll play this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it working. Spire for Soaring?
Spire, Soaring, Bobble.
Spire, Soaring. Bobble. Next turn.
Play the Annex.
Lose a life.
Lose 2 life, draw a card.
1, 2. Draw that land. Next turn. Play the land.
Play the land. Power word kill, probably.
Cool. Zoink. End a turn. Draw a card, lose 2 life. Next turn. Play the land.
Let's play a dragon. Actually, no, we don't have 2 black mana for a demon, but so let's make a dragon.
We could do that. And then pay 4, losing a life. Regent.
Yep.
Next turn, we lose 2 life and draw a card. Next turn.
Alright, play the land. Gambit. Or whatever, it's the ramp spell.
Cleansing Wildfire.
Yeah, I always want to call it Geomancer's Gambit, because that's the 3 mana one. And we're going to go find a swamp. Don't tap that land, tap the Spire.
Okay. And we draw a card.
And draw a card. And then we're going to play one of the Weather the Storms.
Alright. So we gain 6 life?
We gain 6 life.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next turn. Oh, end of turn, we draw a card, lose 2 life.
Yep.
Another dragon. Another...
Make a demon. Make a demon with the room.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it only 5? It's only 5.
It's only 5.
Oh, we should have been swinging for 4. Whoopsie.
No, that dragon is on defense.
Oh, the dragon's on defense.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of damage to ourselves. If our opponent has creatures, we need them to not be.
Got it.
So now that we have built the Air Force, we can start attacking.
Okay. Go next turn.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, we gain 2 and they lose 2. And then also on their turn, assuming they cast a spell, we would Weather the Storm to gain.
Cool. Gain 6 life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So then we untap all of our stuff.
Yep.
Right.
We could Boombust.
Play. No, we want to keep our land. Play the Ritual Chamber.
Another one?
Yeah. We're on demons. We're making an Air Force now.
Okay.
Not the Annex, the Ritual Chamber. 5 mana.
Yeah. Alright, it's there.
Well, you tapped 3.
Oh, we want another demon.
We want a demon. Yes, Drew. We are on the Air Force. We are go flappy.
Add another demon.
And then I would go ahead and Boombust one of their lands. Like, it doesn't really matter, but like,
Yoink.
try and keep them off of, like, if they're a deck that has 1 removal color and 1 color, try to keep them off of double white for Wraths or whatever.
Yeah. At the end of turn, we draw a card.
Yep.
Gain 2 life, they lose 2 life.
Yep.
Next turn, I think we win.
I would Boombust now before combat.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Nope. Nope. Tap the basics. They're gonna get blown up.
Kaboom. And throw that away. And throw that away.
And then I would play out the Spire. And then I would do a big attack.
And we win.
Presumably, yep.
Nice.
Yeah, like that was a really good opening hand. Like, it doesn't look like it, but you get turn 1 Soul Ring in all your colors.
Yeah. With the Unholy Annex, it was a really good thing to have.
And if those Unholy Annexes had been Phyrexian Arenas, that hand would have done absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Cool. Alright, let's look at another list.
Alright. Let's just do a quick recap of the Shark list.
Alright.
So that people can see the progress in the deck, and that should only take like 15 minutes or whatever.
Is that the Scientist, or is that a different one?
Let me make sure I'm sending you the updated list.
Oh, it's Esper one, right? Or is it...
No, the Esper was the old one.
Is it the white-blue one?
Yes.
Cool, because it's on your Moxfield page.
Yeah, I mean, it's all on my Moxfield page.
What the fuck is this?
We have made some changes.
Yeah, I can tell. How does it work?
Extremely well.
Extremely well?
So you basically get a second tinker, and I'm probably going to fit more of those anchored because they're just extra tinkers. Um, I realized that the games where you play restricted cards, you tend to do better than the games where you do not.
Uh
So I added more restricted cards. We now have 5 of them.
huh. We have 5 of them.
I added dissection tools as a target for the 2 tinkers,
Okay.
which was very good for me at FNM. Uh, it doesn't really hit a creature when you manifest dread, so you're not doing anything with that.
Yeah.
But it is extremely strong to get just a colorless 4/4 that leaves an equipment behind if it dies.
That does seem good.
Because the Monastery Mentor and the Chromho Seed Shark and the Retrofitter Foundry and the Shorakai are all making stupid little duders.
Yeah.
Then we've got some Winter Moons in the sideboard now.
I saw those.
We may try and fit in a couple more of those. I have not actually brought them in yet because I keep playing against like 2-color aggro decks with a bunch of basics.
Mm-hmm.
We are on the full 4 Filigree Silex's sideboard, plus Balance main, plus 2 Shadow the Sky. So I'm really taking the little creature deck seriously because that is what I was looking.
Yeah.
We have cut the foils. I just never wanted to cast a foil for free. It
Okay.
always felt bad. It always ended up losing me. We have gone down to 3 commandeers. I don't know if we had 3 or 4 last time, but we're on 3 now. We might go to 2 main deck, 1 sideboard, because they are pretty matchup dependent. You don't want them against a lot of the deck.
Yeah.
Um, the Sphinx of the Steel Wind is good. It's won me some games. I wish I could find the budget for it to just be Batterskull instead. Take out Sphinx, take out dissection tools, and put in Batterskull.
That would be good.
But right now, Batterskull is like $3.50 or $4. So
Really? Okay.
yeah, so the Sphinx and the tools combined are like $1.
Yeah.
I am. If we look at the considering section, there's a couple more vehicles and equipment that I'm trying to find room for. Because the Anchor to Reality is just a good tinker for vehicles.
Yeah.
So we've got like some removal spell vehicles, we've got some threat vehicles.
Okay.
I'm
Is
pretty happy with the sideboard for the deck. I think we could maybe cut a Spectral Sailor, maybe cut a Soul Guide Lantern. But overall, I usually have relevant cards to bring in for most matchup.
uh, that's really neat. Let's try a few hands of this, cause like
Yep.
we've gone over how it works more or less before. That just means this thumbnail will have a Bahaj in it.
Hooray.
This seems pretty good. Or do you want to ship it?
Let me look at it. This is good. Yeah, keep this. Play Island Soul Ring.
Island. Tap. Soul Ring. Tap. Or no tap.
Yep.
Next turn.
Playing Shorakai.
Shorkai.
Turn 2 Shorikai is a good position.
Yeah. It could be our commander if it wanted it. If we wanted it to be.
That is technically true.
Too bad we're not playing commander. Anyway.
So then,
Next turn.
So if the opponent played pretty much anything powerful, I would feel comfortable commandeering it there, because we're gonna untap with Shorikai and just refill our hand. But let's say they play like a creature, we can just drop the braided net.
Cool. Well, we drew braided net. That's what we drew for turn.
I know, but like I'm saying, if they played a creature which we can't commandeer, then we just drew the braided net.
Okay. Play the land. Play the braided net.
No. Don't play the land yet. Tap the plains and activate Shorikai.
Activate Shorikai. Draw 2 cards and pitch a card. 1, 2, and then create a Deuter.
Pitch the Sphinx.
Hello, Deuter. Goodbye, Sphinx.
And then play the plains.
Play the plains.
And then tap the plains. And then pick up the plains and play a border post.
And then the net.
And then we're gonna we're gonna pass the turn, and we're gonna lose focus with our opponent.
Okay. During their turn, lose focus, counter thing. Next turn.
Alright, we're gonna play the plains.
Play the plains.
We're going to tap
make the Deuter.
Island. No. We're gonna tap Island, Soul Ring, Border Post.
Tezzeret?
And play Tezzeret. Yep.
Tezzeret.
Then we're gonna draw with Shorikai.
Braided net. Plains.
Discard a braided net. Or no, discard plains to Shorikai. And then activate Tezzeret to draw 2 and discard an artifact.
1, 2. Throwing
Discard
away.
the braided net. And then we have another pilot.
Yes, we do. Hello, Deuter.
I was hoping we would draw Swords to Plowshares, but we do have 2 chump blockers.
Yeah.
I'm going to say go to the opponent's turn and assume that we're chump blocking with both of these pilots.
Alright. Goodbye, pilots. They're dead.
Right. And then let's assume that we commandeer 2. So pitch these ops and...
Yeah. Are they exiled or graveyard?
They're exiled. Yep. And then let's say we don't get anything super spicy, like maybe it was a Inquisition of Kozilek or something,
Yeah.
and so we just take their card and keep our braided net.
Okay.
So then we're going to untap. We're going to activate Shorikai for free.
1, 2. Oh, look at their swords.
We're going to pitch a plains.
I'm on a plane.
We're going to make a pilot.
Like a pilot.
We're going to uptick Tezzeret.
Draw 2 and pitch an artifact?
Yep. Pitch both of the ops.
Ops can't catch us slipping. Right, kiddos?
Play the island. Play both the braided nets.
Net 1. Net 2. Netanyahu is a war criminal. He can get fucked.
Free Palestine.
Anyway.
Alright, pass the turn, and then we're going to use both of these nets. Like, I'm assuming a worst case scenario here, because we've killed a lot of creatures already.
Yeah. Use both nets.
Right, so then we untap. We're going to activate Shorikai for free.
Add a token. Make a deuter. Draw 2, pitch 1.
Pitch.
Commandeer?
Pitch the island.
Okay.
Tap a plains, play the Retrofitter Foundry.
Retrofitter Foundry.
I guess Ultimate Tezzeret.
Goodbye, Tezzeret. Add token.
Tap. Yep. Tap Soul Ring, draw a card.
I have 2 floating mana.
Tap Retrofitter Foundry. No, wait. Did we draw Anchor to Reality?
Yeah, we just drew it.
Tap Border Post in an island, draw a card.
Border Post. Island.
Play the Anchor, sacrificing a pilot.
Yeah, goodbye, pilot.
Yep, you can sacrifice a creature. And we're gonna go find dissection tools.
View all. There it is, dissection tools.
So we will look at the top 2. Or shuffle, look at the top 2.
Shuffle. View top. 2. Lorien revealed and Tezzeret.
Alright, put Lorien revealed in the graveyard and Tezzeret.
Alright. Tezzeret's over here, he's face down. Yoink. Lorien reveals in the yard. Tezzeret is attached to the thing.
Yep. We are going to pass the turn.
Passing the turn.
In their upkeep, we are going to activate both Braided Nets, drawing 2 cards.
1. Oh, look, it's a shark. Oh, it's balance.
Yep. We're probably going to jump block with the pilot.
Goodbye, pilot.
And we're going to block something with the tools and gain 4.
Do we think the critter dies, or do we want to assume the critter lives?
Probably not. 4/4s are not usually dying in combat advantage. Especially not if we're chumping their biggest thing.
Okay.
Alright. End of their turn. We're going to tap the Foundry for a servo.
Draw a card. Tap
Draw
2
a card.
mana. Add token. Servo. I like that servo. That's a nice servo.
I haven't seen that one. It's a fun little guy.
I like that guy. That's a cool guy.
Alright. We're gonna go to the next turn. We're gonna play plains.
Play plains.
We're gonna tap 2 islands and 2 plains.
2 islands. 2 plains.
We're gonna play Tezzeret.
Tezzeret.
We're going to tap Retrofitter Foundry for free and make a servo. And we're gonna draw a card.
Border Post.
We are going to tap Soul Ring and draw a card.
Draw a card.
We're going to float a colorless and pick up a plains and play the Border Post.
Do you want to tap this and tap for a white?
No, we're picking up a tapped plains.
Oh, that's right.
And then we're going to play the plains as our land for turn.
Oh, look at that. It's our land for turn.
We're going to tap the Border Post and draw a card for blue. We're going to tap a plains. Play a Seed Shark.
Seed Shark.
We are going to tap a land. And activate Shorikai.
These each have 1 counter on them. I should
Correct.
Tap Shorikai. Create a pilot. Hello, pilot. short guy over there. That up there. Draw 2 cards. Pitch Shatter the Sky.
Pitch Balance.
Balance.
This is not a game where we're casting balance. All right.
Up Tezzeret.
Up Tezzeret.
Draw 2. Pitch 1 of its artifact.
Draw 2. Pitch 2 probably. Yeah. Pitch a Lose Focus and a Commandeer.
Okay.
All right. Now we will go to combat, and we will attack with Manifest Dread.
Cool.
And the servo and draw a card.
Why do you draw a card?
Servo.
Oh, yeah. And we gain 4 life.
Yep. And then we're going to go to their turn, and we're going to tap their 2 best attackers and draw 2 cards. And there's no way the game is not over at this.
Yeah, we're winning this one.
But like this is what happened in multiple games in the last couple weeks. Like this feels totally unrealistic, but the deck actually is engineered to make this happen.
Yeah.
Like people look at it like, oh, you're never gonna ultimate a Planeswalker. I have ultimated Tezzeret in the last month probably 10 times in tournament matches against people with actual decks.
Jesus. I mean, his ultimate's not that unreasonable. He starts off at 4.
It's 2 turns. You have to uptick him twice, and then if you untap with him, he gets to...
Like, out of all the Planeswalker ultimates, that one's pretty reasonable to get to.
Yeah.
And then once you got it, you win practically.
Once you've got it, you will not run out of cards.
Let's try one more game with this, and then we'll call it a night.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, close that. Okay. What do you think?
This is that the blue-black border post?
It is the blue-black border post.
This is a keeper.
This is a keeper?
This is a keeper.
Okay.
Play the land, border post it up.
Alright, next turn.
Yep. Play the planes.
Play the planes.
Go to their turn, lose focus, their play.
Alright, lose focus. Lose focus is kind of a cracked card.
It is a very strong magic card. Play the planes, play the shark.
Play the shark. Next turn, right?
Yep.
Border post.
Pick up a planes, play the border post, make a 3/3.
Tap planes. Play the border post tapped. Add token, incubator manifest. Add counter, add counter, add counter. Put them up here. And bounce that back to hand.
Yep, and then play the planes. And then go ahead and Swords to Plowshare or something and make a 1/1.
Yeet.
And then swing for 2 flying.
What the hell? Swing for 2 flying. Next turn.
First on their turn, flip the 3/3.
Tapping planes and border post.
Tapping, we had planes and border post untapped, yep. And then go to our turn. Tap out, play Tezzeret, incubate a 4/4.
Tezzeret. And then flip it over.
No, down tick Tezzeret, turn the 1/1 or turn the one with one counter into a 4/4 base, so it's a 5/5.
What the hell? Wrong button. Set loyalty counters to 2.
Should be 2. Yep.
This is a 5/5 now.
Yep. Attack them for 10.
5, 3, 2.
10. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 10.
Go to their turn.
Do we want to use Tezzeret's ability and flip a thing?
On their turn, we will.
I mean, on our turn, because we have 2 things.
We don't want to flip the other one. It'll turn into a 0/0. Right now, it's a 4/4.
That's a 1/1. That's a 4/4.
It's a 1/1 that's a base 4/4.
Yeah.
So it's 5/5 right now.
Yeah, they took the damage.
If we flip it, it becomes a 1/1.
I meant flip it after combat, like second main phase.
Why would we turn our 5/5 into a 1/1?
I don't know.
That's not the way that you do things.
Okay.
You want to have a 5/5. You don't want to have a 1/1.
It'll be a 5/5 when it's attacking.
The Tezzeret ability does not end at end of turn. That is a 5/5 forever.
Okay. Wait, what?
Yes.
Oh shit! I wasn't catching on to that. I thought it was only till end of turn.
No.
That's kind of fucked up.
This is why we play Tezzeret and Chromo Seed Shark together.
That's really bonkers. I thought it was a vehicle until end of turn.
No. He makes it a 4/4 forever, and it keeps its +1/+1 counter.
That's insane. Holy cow.
So, go to the opponent's turn, and then at their end step, or if they try to attack Tezzeret, we turn our guy into...
Yeah, I already took care of that one.
So, then we go to our turn, play a land, downtick Tezzeret and turn our blue-black border post into a 4/4.
Okay, so Tezzeret's dead.
Yes.
I said it's power and toughness. We'll just remember it's a 4/4.
Now attack for 18.
I think we win.
Yeah.
Let's just say for some godforsaken reason we don't.
We have a shark and a swords to plowshares to cast.
Not that. That. Play a shark. And then on their turn we swords their critter. Next turn we win.
Yeah.
That's Alright, that's pretty good.
So with this deck, most of your keepable hands are one-landers.
Fascinating.
You have 15 actual lands, only one of which is non-basic. You have 8 porter posts, and you have Lorien revealed. So in your opening hand, you are looking for 1 basic land and then other mana.
Got it. That's pretty clever. Alright. So that was tonight's episode. Anything you want to say before we give the wrap up?
I will say the cards on the restricted list are restricted for a reason. If you think you can put some in your deck, it is probably a good call.
Got it. Alright. Thank you everyone for watching. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're on Twitch, make sure to follow. Though nobody's on Twitch. But we try. That's what matters, is that we try.
Twitch is not great for Magic streaming.
Yeah. Every now and then somebody will shout me out on Blue Sky like, oh, it's this person streaming. They don't watch, but they share and I appreciate it.
It do be cool for them to do that.
It's very nice. And yeah, thank you very much, everyone. We really appreciate it. These episodes will be out every Tuesday at about 5:30, give or take. My schedule's at work's changing a little bit, so we might not record consistently on the same day, but each episode should be out on Tuesday around 5:30, give or take. There's a playlist available. You'll see it in the splash screen somewhere right now. If you're watching, I'll have this edited. Where you can find the rest of our Magic Talk with Toads. Oh, look at that! It's amazing. And also...
There's so many now.
Yeah, also, you can see another video that YouTube has kindly suggested you watch. Ain't that something spiffy? Thank you very much, like I said. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we will talk to you later. Bye!
Bye.
Goodbye, Ribbit.